whether it's penetration, getting it in the post, pounding the paint, offensive rebounds. They do.
Shooting very efficiently, 11 of 17, has hit some threes as Reese, could not bank it in. Reese gets the hands in, a little revenge on Martin. Shovel it, pull, three, bottom. 6 threes now for Kate Martin in Miami. Average just 2.6 points per Sung side. Still hit. Oops, the other end.
Mark on case. Popper. Coaches continue to say because they understand the importance of a big lead going.
Martin tears Reese.
Angel Reese was touted as a game-changing superstar, a cornerstone for Unrivaled, a league determined to revolutionize women's basketball. She was expected to captivate audiences, fill arenas, and elevate the sport to new heights. The anticipation was enormous. But as the league fights to establish itself, a troubling question arises. Why aren't the fans tuning in?
I've noticed, and for Angel as well, we both can speak about it, but I've noticed the two of you have such a special bond, and I wanted to talk about what's it been like getting to know Angel on a personal level. And Angel, for you, what's the best part about getting to be and hang around Ka?
No, it's been great. I think, outside of the TikTok shit, y'all, on the court, it's been, great, to see her on the court and really want to learn. It's a lot of young players in the league that's like, I want to learn from the greats. I want to learn. And you get with them and they don't listen or they do it.
The numbers paint a harsh reality. Each time Angel Reese steps onto the court, viewership declines instead of soaring. Rather than elevating Unrivaled to new heights, she risks pulling it further into obscurity. It raises a difficult question. Has Angel Reese been exposed as a player who can't live up to the immense hype? Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to shatter records, cementing her place as the sport's brightest star. In contrast, Reese seems to be struggling to maintain relevance in a league desperate for a true headliner. Just this past Monday, a game featuring Reese drew a disappointing 89,000 viewers, numbers that wouldn't even rival a mid-tier YouTube creator. This was supposed to be her moment to shine, to captivate fans, and solidify her legacy. Instead, audiences appear to be turning away.
But why?
What does this mean for Angel Reese Unrivaled and the future of women's basketball? Let's dive into the drama, break down the numbers, and uncover the bigger picture. The hype versus reality when Unrivaled burst onto the scene. It promised a groundbreaking new era for women's basketball, an exciting alternative to the WNBA where players could truly take center stage. At first, it seemed like the league was on the cusp of something special. Opening week viewership surged to an impressive 300,000, signaling what many believed could be a thriving new chapter for the sport. But that early excitement faded fast. As the season unfolded, cracks began to show. Fans had tuned in expecting electrifying performances, marquee matchups, and a level of play that justified the hype, especially from Angel Reese, who was supposed to be the face of the league. Instead, they found a series of uninspired games propped up by flashy marketing rather than on-court excellence. The result, viewership steadily declined with the season average dropping to around 24,000. Worse still, whenever replayed, the numbers plummeted below 10,000. Staggering figures for a league that cannot afford another setback. Is Unrivaled failing to deliver on its promise? Or is there still time to turn things around? And where does this leave Angel Reese, once seen as the league's cornerstone? Let's take a closer look at what's really happening behind the scenes.
I feel like I get critiqued a lot, obviously, because I do rebound, and I do rebound in a great way, and I play defense. Obviously, as a rookie, coming into the league, my mind was just to get a fresh start. I did everything I wanted in college. I won a championship. I had the college experience of doing what I wanted. When I came into the league, I just wanted to be able to grow. And luckily, I was really, really good at one specific thing, which was rebounding. And I knew I had to tighten up on my offense.
And this predicament is nothing short of a nightmare for Angel Reese. She built her brand on being a trailblazer, a bold, game-changing force in women's basketball. But how does that image hold up when the reality on the court tells a different story?
Fans
expected dominance, a leader who would take charge and elevate her team. Instead, they're watching a player struggling to meet the demands of a fiercely competitive league. The question now is, can Reese turn things around, or is the weight of expectations proving too much to bear? Viewers are choosing Kate Martin over Angel Reese.
But why?
In a surprising turn of events, fans seem to be gravitating toward Kate Martin, a player once considered a mere supporting piece over Angel Reese, the league's supposed main attraction. Yes, you read that right. Martin, who wasn't even a major name in draft conversations, is now drawing more attention, while Reese appears to be pushing viewers away. So, what's behind this unexpected shift? The answer is simple. Martin delivers. Her tenacity, defensive prowess, and overall impact on the game have earned her respect. Fans gravitate toward players who hustle, who leave everything on the court, and right now, Martin embodies that spirit. Meanwhile, Reese finds herself struggling, outperformed, outplayed, and seemingly outmatched. Could this signal a deeper issue with unrivaled star power? Or is it simply a wake-up call for Reese to prove she's still the player fans once believed in?
I mean, being able to be in Miami from January to March, not having to go overseas. I never planned on going overseas. So that already sparked me. Being able to know two great players that are starting something, I think is amazing. Who would want to play with two great players like that? And I knew they were going to bring on a couple more dollars. Nobody wants to go overseas. Right. A lot of us never want to have to go overseas, but some people do have to go overseas, unfortunately. So being able to make, six figures, being able to make 6 figures here within 3 months, being able to be housed in Miami, just being able to get better 3-on-3 is something that I love to do. I haven't been able to play competitively, but I think I can be able to work on some of my individual skills by being able to play, because 3-on-3 exposes everything. Yeah. Being able to do that, so I'm excited.
The numbers don't lie. Whenever Kate Martin takes the court, ratings hold steady. But when Angel Reese steps in, the decline is undeniable. This isn't just speculation. The data paints a harsh reality. What was supposed to be a star-making moment has instead turned into a concern for the league. The expectations were monumental, but the response from fans has been anything but enthusiastic. Everything came to a head when Reese, once considered franchise material, found herself benched. In her place, Lexi Hull, a name rarely associated with stardom, stepped up in a critical moment. Hull outperformed Reese in nearly every aspect, playing stronger defense, securing rebounds, and contributing more effectively to her team's victory. Meanwhile, Reese struggled to find her rhythm, looking increasingly out of sorts. That benching spoke volumes, sending a clear message. No player is untouchable. When the supposed cornerstone of a league is sidelined, it forces a difficult question. Was the initial hype ever justified? Reese has built a massive social media following, fully embracing the role of the villain. She thrives in the spotlight, but this brings up a major problem. Bravado and marketing don't translate into wins. Fans want to see that confidence backed up on the court, and right now that isn't happening. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is winning fans over with pure skill, focusing solely on her game rather than theatrics. That difference is becoming more apparent with every passing game. Fans are drawn to effort and results, not posturing, and the shift in viewership reflects that sentiment. A troubling truth is emerging. Reese's engagement with Unrivaled feels more like a business move than a passion for the game. Signing on seemed more about capitalizing on fame than proving herself on the court. But fans recognize authenticity. They want to see players pour their hearts into every game. And right now, Reese's lack of urgency is impossible to ignore. If this trend continues, she may soon find herself running out of opportunities. The WNBA is watching closely. Every performance, every missed shot, and every moment of struggle is being evaluated by scouts, coaches, and team executives. If she's having difficulty finding her footing in Unrivaled, what does that mean for her future in the most competitive league in the world? Professional teams don't invest in hype. They invest in results. Right now, Rhea is giving them plenty of reasons to doubt rather than believe. If she doesn't shift the momentum soon, her long-term prospects could take a serious hit. Rhea has positioned herself as a leader, but leadership isn't just about confidence. It's about delivering in crucial moments. While Reese scares attention for her bold statements and presence, Kate Martin is letting her game do the talking. She's proving to be a reliable force, someone who steps up when it matters most. The contrast between the two is growing more apparent, and it raises questions about what truly makes a star in women's basketball. Reese's self-proclaimed villain persona also comes with consequences. When a villain stumbles, no one rushes to offer sympathy. She built the target on her back, embraced the scrutiny, and now must decide if she can rise to the challenge. Losing games is one thing, but losing fan interest is far more damaging in the long run. Mental toughness plays just as big a role as physical talent in basketball. Rhea has undeniable skill, but when the stakes are high, cracks begin to show. Costly mistakes, unnecessary fouls, and moments of frustration have become part of the narrative. Meanwhile, players like Martin thrive under pressure, staying composed and making smart decisions even in the toughest situations.